Dear student, today we will learn the distance time graph for uniform motion. So what is the uniform motion? If the object covers equal distance in equal interval of time, then we say that object is performing a uniform motion. Now here there is an example given to you. Distance covered by a car in fixed time interval is given in table below. Draw distance time graph. Time is given in second and distance in meter. When the car covers 15 meter in 10 seconds, 30 meter in 20 seconds, 45 meter in 30 seconds, 60 meter in 40 seconds, 75 meter in 50 seconds, 90 meter in 60 seconds, and 105 meter in 70 seconds. Now we have to first draw the graph because car is performing a uniform motion. It is covering equal distance in equal time interval. Now look at this. 30 minus 15 म्हणजे 30 minus 15 जर केले तर किती डिस्टन्स होते 15 मीटर. 20 minus 10 जर केलं तर किती सेकंद होतात 10 सेकंद. म्हणजे 15 मीटरचा डिस्टन्स किती सेकंदात कव्हर करत आहे का 10 सेकंदात. Here also the same position. 45 minus 30 means how many meter? 15 meter. 15 meter distance. 30 minus 20 means how many second? 10 second. 15 meter distance is covered by a car in 10 seconds. Therefore, we say that it is an example of uniform motion. Now we have to draw the graph. For drawing a distance time graph, first we have to consider x-axis and y-axis. We have to frame a scale. On x-axis, we are taking 1 centimeter equal to how much? 10 seconds. On y-axis, we are taking 1 centimeter equal to how much? 20 meter. Then I have written like this 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 and second. This is the axis, x-axis. On x-axis, we have taken a time. On y-axis, we have considered a distance in meter. That is 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120 and 140. Now what you have to do, you have to just plot a graph with the help of this point. For 0, 0, you will get the point here. For 10 seconds, how much distance has been covered by a car? 15 meter. Therefore, you will get a point here. Here there is 15 meter. Next one is for 20 seconds, car has covered how much distance? 30 meter. म्हणजे 20 सेकंड साठी आपण किती घ्यायचं आहे 30. ऑन विच ऍक्सिस वाय ऍक्सिस. 30 मीटर साठी आपण आपल्याला किती घ्यायचं आहे 45 मीटर डिस्टन्स ऑन विच ऍक्सिस वाय ऍक्सिस. 40 सेकंड साठी आपल्याला किती घ्यायचं आहे 60 मीटर ऑन विच ऍक्सिस वाय ऍक्सिस. 50 सेकंड साठी आपल्याला किती घ्यायचं आहे 75 मीटर distance covered by car on which axis y axis. Then for 60 seconds we have to take how much distance 90 meter on which axis y axis. Then for 70 seconds we have to take how much distance on y axis, that is equal to 105 meter. Now I have just taken all these points. You can draw it on your textbook. Now just draw a line with the help of a scale. You can just draw a line like this. We have got a straight line graph. You have got a straight line graph. It implies that your distance is directly proportional to the time. What does it imply? म्हणजे याच्यावरून आपल्याला काय समजते जसं आपला डिस्टन्स वाढत जात असेल तसं काय वाढत जाते टाइम पण वाढत जातो. दॅट मीन्स दॅट डिस्टन्स इज डायरेक्टली प्रपोर्शनल टू टाइम. आणि नेचर ऑफ ग्राफ काय या लाईनचं इट इज अ स्ट्रेट लाईन ग्राफ. व्हॉट इज नेचर ऑफ ग्राफ? इट इज अ स्ट्रेट लाईन ग्राफ. STRAIGHT, straight line graph. And most important is that your distance is proportional to time. Your distance is proportional to time. When your distance is proportional to time, then at that time the motion performed by an object is always uniform motion, because you will always get a straight line for uniform motion only, not for non-uniform motion. Suppose now I want to find out the slope of the graph. For finding out the slope of the graph, we have to just consider any two points. Suppose I am consider this point and this point. We have to draw a perpendicular line here. After drawing a perpendicular line, you can just draw this line like this. That is, this line should be parallel to y-axis and this line should be parallel to which axis? X-axis. Now I am just writing here which triangle I have got? A, B, C. When you are taking the slope of the given line, then you have to consider y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. It means you have to consider this side first, which is parallel to which axis? Y-axis. Therefore, I am writing slope of a line will be equal to AB divided by, and which axis parallel? Which line is parallel to x-axis? That is BC. What is AB? AB is representing the distance. Therefore, in place of AB, I am writing the distance. Now, in place of BC, what BC represents is representing the time axis. Therefore, I am writing the time. Distance upon time, we know that it is the speed. It is the speed. Now, it means that slope of this line. What is this? This is the slope of a line. This slope of a line represents the average speed of a car. What does the slope of the line represent? The average speed of a car. Now we will take distance time graph for non-uniform motion. Now we will learn regarding the distance time graph for non-uniform motion. Now here there is one example given in your textbook, that is, draw a distance time graph for the following table which shows the distances covered by bus in equal time interval. This is the time given to you and this is the distances covered by a bus in equal time interval. Which is your equal time interval? Of 5 seconds. Look at here, 5 seconds, this is 5 seconds, this is 5 seconds. It means that it starts from 0. After at 0, the distance covered is 0. But after 5 seconds, distance covered is 7 meter. After 10 seconds, distance covered is 12 meter. After 15 seconds, distance covered is 20 meter. It means that in equal time interval, that is 10 minus 5, which is time interval? 5 seconds. 12 minus 7. How much distance has been covered in this 5 seconds? That is equal to how much? 5 meter. Now in the next interval, how much distance has been covered? That is 15 minus 10. That is 5 seconds. In this 5 seconds, how much distance has been covered? 8 meter. It means that in first 5 seconds it covers 7 meter. In next 5 seconds it covers 5 meter. In next 5 seconds it covers 8 meter. It means that your bus is covering unequal distances in equal time interval of 5 seconds, and therefore we say that your bus is performing non-uniform motion. विद्यार्थी मित्रांनो, तुमच्या लक्षात आलं असेल की इथे थोडं लक्ष द्या. पहिल्या 5 सेकंदात बस किती डिस्टन्स कव्हर करते? 7 मीटर. परंतु समोरच्या 5 सेकंदात म्हणजे जेव्हा 10 सेकंद होतो टाइम म्हणजे नेक्स्ट 5 सेकंद, मग त्या 5 सेकंदात किती डिस्टन्स कव्हर केलं बसनी? फक्त 12 मायनस 7 म्हणजे फक्त 5 मीटर. आणि नेक्स्ट 5 सेकंदात 15 मायनस 10 म्हणजे किती? नेक्स्ट 5 सेकंद, त्या 5 सेकंदात किती डिस्टन्स कव्हर केलं? 8 मीटर. म्हणजे इक्वल टाइम इंटरवल कितीचा आहे आपला? 5 सेकंदाचा आहे. त्या 5 सेकंदात पहिल्या 5 सेकंदात किती कव्हर करत आहे बस? 7 मीटर. दुसऱ्या 5 सेकंदात किती कव्हर करत आहे? 5 मीटर. तिसऱ्या 5 सेकंदात किती कव्हर करत आहे? 8 मीटर. म्हणजे याचा अर्थ तुमची बस इक्वल टाइम इंटरवल मध्ये अनइक्वल डिस्टन्स कव्हर करत आहे. म्हणून दिस इज अन एक्झाम्पल ऑफ नॉन युनिफॉर्म मोशन. Now you have to draw the graph with the help of the given data. Now you have to consider x-axis and this is your y-axis. On x-axis we are taking a time in second. On y-axis we are taking a distance in meter. Now you have to plot these points. How you can plot the points? For 0 second, how much distance has been covered? 0. Therefore this point will be here. Now for 5 second, how much distance has been covered? Take here 5. This is the 5 second. Now how much distance has been covered? 7 meter. Now look at on y-axis. Where is your 7? Here there might be a 7. Therefore you have to just plot the point here. Next point is for 10 second. How much distance has been covered by the bus? That is the 12 meter. Therefore I have taken point here. This is the 12 meter. Now for 15 second, how much distance has been covered? That is equal to 20 meter. Therefore I have taken this point here. For next 20 second, how much distance has been covered? 30 meter. For next 25 second, how much distance has been covered? That is equal to 41 meter. In the next 30 second, how much distance has been covered? That is equal to 15 meter. Then next 35 second, how much distance has been covered? That is equal to 58 meter. Now I am just connecting all these points with the help of scale. Now just I am connecting this point from 0 to here, then from here to here, then here, then here. So you can connect this point like this with the help of the scale. You can observe that this graph is not a straight line. When you are looking at this graph, you must observing that this graph is not a straight line, and it directly indicates that your distance is not proportional to the time, and therefore this graph represents the non-uniform motion. म्हणजे ज्या वेळेस तुमचा ग्राफ ही स्ट्रेट लाईन येतच नाही त्यावेळेस डिस्टन्स हे टाइमला प्रोपोर्शनल नसते आणि डिस्टन्स इज नॉट प्रोपोर्शनल टू टाइम, आणि त्यावेळेस जे निर्माण होणारं जे मोशन असते, कोणतं मोशन असते? इट इज अ नॉन युनिफॉर्म मोशन. That is, the bus is covering unequal distances in equal interval of time, and therefore this graph represents the non-uniform motion. Now we are going to analyze the graph. What is the nature of the graph? It is not a straight line. What is that? It is not a straight line. S-T-R-A-I-G-S-T, straight line. What is the second implication of the graph? It is not a straight line. Second implication is that your distance is not proportional to time. You can write down here, distance is not proportional. T-I-O-N-A-L, proportional to time. If these two conditions are there, then it means that it is therefore motion is which motion? Non-uniform motion. Non-uniform motion. Now always keep in mind that if uniform motion is there, then the graph will be a straight line and distance is directly proportional to time. But when there is a non-uniform motion performed by an object, then at that time you will not get a straight line graph for distance versus time, and distance will not be proportional to the time. At that time the motion is a non-uniform motion.